Continuing in the topic of genre, now we'll go over the genres of wisdom, poetry, and prophecy. So after the book of Esther, the Bible follows with the book of Job. Job, along with the Ecclesiastes and Proverbs, make up the books which are categorized into wisdom. They delve into the complexities of living a righteous life in a fallen world. Proverbs is a little simpler and more instructive. It has short sayings for daily life, such as, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." That's in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Or, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another," in Proverbs 27:17. They are easy to understand and are general enough to apply to all people. On the other hand, Job and Ecclesiastes are more dense. They wrestle with concepts which we still struggle with today. They deal with the complications of the purpose of life in a disordered world, mortality, how God can be good and powerful while also allowing evil, and other such philosophical puzzles. The Bible does not shy away from these topics, but deals with them head on. After wisdom, we encounter poetry. In the Psalms, the Song of Songs is the other major book of poetry, and these books use metaphor and imagery to evoke emotion and appeal to the imagination. Hebrew poetry uses devices which play with the ideas in the poem rather than what we're used to, like rhyme and the rhythm of the words. It is more of an expanding of thought. For instance, in Psalm chapter 9, verses 1 through 2, we read, "I will thank Yahweh with all my heart. I will declare all your wonderful works. I will rejoice and boast about you. I will sing about your name most high." The author keeps expanding on ways he will show gratitude to God. Poetry and wisdom are sometimes grouped together, and they have a lot in common. Oftentimes, the wisdom genre is written in poetic form. The Proverbs have a similar structure to Psalms in how they too expand on ideas. And poetry and wisdom also have similar goals of promoting the righteous life. The last major genre is prophecy. The prophetic books contain messages from prophets. We often think of prophecy as a vision or cryptic message of the future. That's not really what prophecies are. Sometimes they tell of events to come, but usually they deal with immediate problems. For the prophets of Israel, they spoke against the sin, idolatry, and hypocrisy of their fellow Israelites. They would use fiery diction to convict the people of their wrongdoings. Prophecy holds similarities to poetry in its structure and expansion of thought. So let's look at Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 27. "The king will mourn, the prince will be clothed in grief, and the hands of the people of the land will tremble. I will deal with them according to their own conduct, and I will judge them by their own standards. Then they will know that I am Yahweh." Here Ezekiel climactically concludes a tirade of judgments that will fall upon God's people as a result of their sinfulness. Messages like these may seem scary or make God seem angry, but it is ultimately a message of hope. They boil down to change now and be saved, or face God's judgment and be saved through that difficulty. The point is that God is just and demands justice of his people, which may include them facing divine justice on a grand scale. So there you have the remaining three major genres of the Old Testament: wisdom, the guide to the complexities of life; poetry, the imagining of the righteous life; and prophecy, the warning to turn from sin and back to God.